So for someone to work with a Dakini, there has to be a great trust. And even if it moves to distrust, something, that seeker quality has to be in place. Otherwise, you're going to run for the hills. And often in this relating, a devotion can arise in that trusting and loving. And we were speaking the other day of the guru model, or being the authority in the session. And for me, it's the method of taking a thorn out with a thorn. I often say to people that I'm the authority to bring you back to your own authority, which sounds incredibly paradoxical, but all our lives we've had so much external authority, so that's the first thorn. Everybody else is telling you how you should be with your body and your soul and your love and your beauty. What should you do with that? And you always get told how to be with that. So you've got this massive external authority. And so this is a big thorn, because you've forgotten your own knowing in the moment, that you know how to respond. You know if you want to play or not. You know if you want to say yes to this invitation or not. But you've forgotten that. So we take the other thorn to get out that thorn. So now I'm the authority. And I'm willing to take that role, because I'm willing to be that thorn until your thorn is out and you remember your own knowing again. And can you imagine how much trust that must take and how much resistance you're going to feel? I've been so resistant. You can ask him and her, Because all my life I've been told how to live. And I've known that there's no truth in it. And I've had to resist that. If I didn't resist that, then I would be working in a 9-to-5 job and doing my thing and just... And then I meet these folk, and they have some knowing going on, and I had to find my trust for that, and my discernment and my awareness, and let that thorn take out this thorn, which he did.
It's the sweetest things.
Yeah, sometimes. But that journey of giving your trust, or finding your trust, more like finding your trust, for the Dakini or the Guru or whoever you're sitting with, helps you to find your trust for the greater, for the existence and the beloved itself. That's that method. If you can really surrender into the deep trust in your being, then you find the deep trust of existence itself, of this journey you're on, of this journey you're living. And it's a tough method, but I don't know of many better ones. Just simply surrendering and coming into that trust of life. And I say simply, but it took me many, many, many years. And this death of the ego mind, just like the death of this body, that will certainly happen. The death of the ego mind will certainly happen, whether it's now or in a zillion moments, lifetimes, whatever you want to call them, later. And you can kick and scream and say, I don't want to. What? You can resist and resist and resist, and that's okay. You don't have to play. It's really fine. Don't play, Or you can come play. And a really lovely meditation I find on death, if you ever want to explore that a little bit, is imagining existence as the ocean. All of existence as an ocean. And then form comes into play. And form is the wave. Waves are made. So we're waves in the ocean. And they speak of Maya, illusion. And when people hear Maya, they think, okay, so everything's illusion. It's all a dream. And I'd say, no, the ocean isn't a dream. The ocean is real. And the waves are real. The form is real. The Maya is that the waves believe they're separate from the ocean. The Maya is when the waves become ocean again. They think they're dead. Well, we think that means death. We think that means the end of existence. So there's the ocean of existence, and then the form happens, the waves happen, all this life happens. And then it becomes ocean again. This body goes back to the ocean, or becomes earth, if you want to say from the earth. And then it arises again, the wave comes again. Or, if you want to go a little bit back from that, you can go to India and sit at the burning huts. And what? Did you do that? And watch the bodies. Which is maybe a better beginning to then going and then find the next image. So to really answer your question, Carl, which you asked many times on the first day, there is no safety in a Tantra session. But I don't know if there's any such thing as safety or danger. But that's something I had to find out, which took a long, long time. And that's something you have to find out in your journey in life. And you've got to see what you're afraid of and why and where it's coming from. And so much of our fear has got nothing to do with anything real. Most of it has got nothing to do with anything real, any real danger to this physical body, which even if that is real, but most of it's just some idea in our head. And when we actually go there, when we actually sit with the beloved and talk to them, it's not so scary after all. And we share ourselves with each other. And then, of course, what happens in a session is presence and awareness, and then the Dakini follows that. But if I go into the session saying I must have ethics and boundaries, then I've got some rule that applies to everyone. And if you arrive, it's going to be very different to when you arrive. I can't possibly have the same idea in my head about how I'm going to be in a session for either of you. It's not possible for me because I have to meet you where you are. And I have to meet you. So for me, it's become quite a simple thing. And if someone's in a session and they want to leave, they can leave at any time. My doors aren't locked. I don't want anyone to be there who doesn't want to be there, who doesn't want to play. So I think that for me is the invitation of Tantra, is to come play in this existence. Come play as you are, all of you, now. And you can say yes, and you can say no, and we don't mind.